The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, well, I got 6 o'clock on my end. I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. And I know everybody's just now getting on. We just started the broadcast, so we haven't done anything yet. And I know we got a lot of folks going to sign in, but I want to go ahead and get started to kind of give you a little bit of how this all works. All of you guys are in listen only mode, so we can't hear anything at your house. You can't talk to us. You'll want to use the question section, which if you look down the little control panel deal for GoToWebinar, you'll see one that's marked as questions. So if you'll click on that, and if you would, so that I know you can hear me, at least let me know your first name and that you can hear me. So we just don't continue to talk and I'm up here just wasting my breath, which I have done before. Okay, Sherry can hear me. All right, and my Sherry can hear us, and Aaron. So okay, so it looks like we got enough folks that can hear us that we can kind of keep on. Oh, my favorite former 4-Hers here, guys. Isn't that something? I'm so proud to have her here. She knows who she is. So we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and kind of get started. I know we still got other people that have signed up that will come in a little later, but I'll go ahead and introduce myself. And as y'all probably all know me from out at the livestock barn, but I'm Jimmy Curtis. Been helping the livestock department for a whole bunch of years, probably more than some of you guys have been alive. But I have agreed to continue on and help out. This year we do have an updated schedule. As everybody knows, things are so different and can change. But I also am joined today by Brent Talley. Y'all know Brent. He's our CEO at the fairgrounds. And I'm joined by Miss Lisa. She's, I don't know Lisa's title anymore, but everybody knows Lisa. So we'll go ahead and we'll let Brent go ahead and tell us kind of what the directives are for now. And everybody understands that that could change in the next 5 minutes. So Brent, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jimmy, and thank each and every one of you for taking time this afternoon to join us. And we're excited about being able to move forward with our livestock show under all the circumstances that's been going on in 2020. We do want to talk to you tonight about a few of the directives that we are still under through the Arkansas Department of Health and the Department of Agriculture. We've had to work with them to get approval for every event that we've held, starting back in May the 4th, when we were able to open back up with just the outdoor pen and then move to the indoor pen on May the 18th. We now have the ability to operate at 66% of our capacity in our indoor facilities. And so as you enter our grounds, we will have a questionnaire that you must complete. We're planning on having those to you by email so you can fill those out prior to being there to help facilitate you coming into our event. But you need to self-verify that you are not, that you do not have fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, and that you've not been in known exposure to someone with COVID in the past 14 days. And so there's a very quick, short questionnaire that you'll fill out. You'll give that to, if you come through the south gate, which most of our livestock folks do, you'll present that to them back there, and they'll verify that you have self-verified that you're able to enter. We do ask the folks 65 and older refrain from entering the facility, especially and those who have a immune system that's been weakened by something else going on. We are at 66% of our capacity. We ask that you come into our buildings, that you do. Family groups can sit together, but everyone else, we ask that you stay 6 feet apart and social distance, as we're doing everywhere we go these days. We also ask right now, the state of Arkansas is under a face mask mandate. And so we ask that you, if you're going to be within 6 feet of someone and cannot social distance, that you do abide by that regulation or that mandate directive, and wear your face mask while you're there in the bleachers. If you're in the arena showing our kids while they're actually showing, right now it looks like they do not have to wear a mask if they're participating in the show, but if they're standing around outside in those waiting areas, in the bleachers, then they do need to have those masks on.
Yes. And that I need to ask, I did put those in as a handout for that COVID-19 form. So everybody here tonight should get it. If you did not automatically get it, let me know, because normally I don't do that part of it. I just do all the talking. So if you didn't get it, let me know, and I'll figure out before the end of the deal to get that to you. Also, where Brent said you had to fill out that form, that is not a one-time form. That is an every time you come through the gate. So if you're here and you come in once, we need one. But if you come in twice, we need two. If you come in 3 or 4 or 5, we need one every time. And Sherry asked, will those guidelines update as mandates update?
Yes, we will certainly. And what will happen is when the day you come in the South Gate, when you hand us your completed questionnaire, we will give the driver of the vehicle a copy of the current directives that we're operating under. Because at this point, those may, we don't know where those are going to be by September. So we will, right now, every time a vehicle comes in on our premise, everyone in the vehicle fills out the questionnaire, and then we present the driver with a copy of the directives that we're under at that time.
Yes, and if you don't have it pre-filled out, you will be pulled to the side. Everyone will have to have it filled out. So, and I think the way I understand that, Brent, if there's 4 of them in the truck and 3 are filled out and one's not, nobody goes in until the 4th one's filled out.
Yes, we try, and there's just 4 quick questions. They're check the boxes and then sign at the bottom. And really, this is for everybody's own protection. And so we appreciate everybody working with us on this. And as soon as we get to the point we don't have to do this, we will stop doing it. But right now, we still are needing to do these questionnaires and make sure that everyone is self-verifying that they're able and qualified to enter the facility.
Right. Can somebody tell me, did y'all automatically get that COVID-19 handout right quick? If you didn't, nope, did not. See, I think I know how to do this. Maybe I don't.
I can see it on my side under handouts.
Yeah, me too, but I thought it said it automatically gave them, but maybe it doesn't. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Okay, I will figure that out. If we don't get them to you today, we will get them. Okay, so Sarah, you got one? She said she was able to open it. I don't know. I don't want to keep fooling around with that for long. Yes, she got one. Okay, so everybody else ought to be getting one as well. A little bit about what we're going to have to face with the shows. We have modified our show schedule a little bit. We started talking about it some last year at the fair about moving all of our junior shows to one day. We were planning on doing that anyway. The reason being is we're starting to get a lot of flack with kids missing a lot of school. So, and along to go with that, check-in will be Friday, not Thursday, but Friday by 6 o'clock, and that is September the 11th. And the show will start September the 12th, which is Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We will have 2 rings. We will have a short-haired ring, and we will have a long-haired ring. So I ask that everybody that comes in and goes online and enters their animal, make sure you're in the right class, make sure your birthdays are right, because we won't have near as much time to be making sure all of that is correct once everybody starts getting there. The other thing that's going to happen is we will not have a herdsman contest this year because it will be so quick. Everybody come in and come out or go. You will also be allowed to leave as your breed finishes. Now, if you remember, couple of years ago, we moved to a cash payout. Well, those cash payouts cannot be generated until actually the breed is over. But if you show an Angus heifer and you place or whatever, or even if you don't place, you must stay till the breed is over. Once it's over and you've collected your prize money, the whole Angus breed is free to go. So I understand some of you hopefully will be coming with different schools and 4-H groups and all that, and you might have to wait on the rest of them. But yes, as soon as you're all through showing, you've collected your prize money, you can go, because we will not be sending out any checks for the junior or open cattle shows. So we're not doing herdsmen. We're not doing showmanship. And this is all to kind of keep everybody spread apart. We also will encourage you or recommend you don't bring your big sitting areas like everybody's used to, because we are going to ask you to kind of spread out. We ask you not to cook on the grounds or fix like everybody's used to. Like I say, it's all gonna just be really quick. You come in Friday, get all set up. We're going to show Saturday, and you're released to go when you're finished. Along those same lines, those of you that have been there, you or have already entered, you will see that there is no place for tie-outs. Now, we will not be setting up tie-outs this year, because that is also an area that could be deemed as a place to congregate. And I know we all want to congregate and be together, but we need to kind of stay apart. We will allow you to tie to your trailer Friday night if you want to. That's going to be on the east side of the equine center out in the new area. We will not allow you to park up next to the barn and tie cattle out there under the trees like we used to do a bunch of years ago. All trailers will be on the east side of the equine center. And if you can, there's plenty of room out there to spread out. If you want to walk your cattle all the way out there and tie out, you will be welcome to do that. I see Justin asked if we'll have the classes broke and posted Friday evening. Justin, it's going to be just like everything else. We can get the registered cattle broke. I can have a preliminary posted when you get there. What are you doing, Lisa? Answering those questions?
I just answered one that Mark had.
Okay. And anyway, I can have the registered class as a preliminary setup until everybody checks in and does any kind of substitutions or whatever they want to do. The classes that need weight, the steers, commercial heifers, we can't post them until all the cattle are weighed. We normally don't even start that till 6 o'clock. So Justin, you just know those are going to be later in the evening. But as soon as we can get everything situated, yes, we will post those. I'm also going to suggest that everybody look into the new ShowWorks Passport app. It is a free download for Google and iPhone users. If you do that, and everybody has an option to have that, the classes can be posted on it. You can also get messages that we can send you through those little SMS messages that says, which class is fixing to start or what class we're on, so we can kind of help keep everybody informed as we go. Our show ring this year for the junior show and in the open shows will not be out in the livestock barns. As you all know, we're not having a fair and rodeo. So their only other thing that'll be on the ground is, I think, Lisa, you're going to have some vendors there with food and drinks, right?
Yes, sir. There will be some food vendors available.
All right. We're going to set 2 rings in the big entertainment center. So we'll be showing side by side, short hair in one ring, the long-haired cattle in the other. Be the same way for the open show. We will be showing short hair in one, the long hair in the other. But when we go inside, that's where the mask order really comes into effect at this point in time. And as they change, we will still let everybody know. Let's see, is this still going to be open to Texas heifers? Yes, it's still open to everybody, Chastity. I mean, we have a lot of people come from Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, 4 states fair, and other states as well. So yes, it's right now, it is still open to everybody. Brent, is there any, I mean, because her question actually came to being operating at 66%, but does that limit us on the number of animals?
No, we're good with capacity. I mean, we're, 66% of people in our entertainment centers, 3,000 people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not in the livestock barn, so we're all going to be good there.
We're fine on 66.
Okay. The other thing is we will have our Santa Gertrudis Point show has been moved to Sunday between the junior show on Saturday. So I guess that's the 13th. They will actually check in the morning of the 13th, and their show is at 1 o'clock. That will not affect us in our barn. As far as I know, they are still showing inside in the entertainment center. Then we will have our open show on Monday, and it will be where you're able to leave after you get your prize money. Same deal. Once you pick up your winnings, you are released to go on Monday. Wednesday is when our lamb and goat shows will be. We will hold those shows in our entertainment center, and we were asked everybody to park on the left side of the barn. We're going to show from our trailers this year so we can be in the big barn. Our pig setup will be going on out there in the livestock barn. So we will not have pens for the lambs and goats this year, but we will be showing inside in the big entertainment center. The pig show will still take place out in the livestock barn as it always has. The pigs will come in on Thursday, make sure they're weighed. They will show Friday, and of course, lambs, goats, and the pigs have always had the chance to be able to leave as soon as they're done. Let's see, Justin asked, for juniors able to travel great distance, can we lay over and leave Sunday morning? Yes. You will be able to do that, Justin, without any problem. Livestock judge. Some of the judges are there. We're still working on a few others. So as soon as we get them all locked down, Aaron, we will post them on our Facebook post and on our website and get it out as quick as we can. This year we do have the IBBA National Western, is that what it's called, right? National Western Open Show. So that is a Point Brangus show. They'll be showing blacks and reds and ultras. They will come in on Friday. Their show will be on that very last Saturday of the week, which, what date is that? The 18th. They'll come in the 18th, and they will show on the 19th at 9 a.m. So that's kind of our schedule. As you all know, we're going to use ShowWorks for online entry. That's already open, so you're welcome to get started. All junior shows, take an ag teacher or a county extension agent for those entries. And then we will also, the open show is open to anybody. Point shows the same way. Okay, so I see y'all are starting to fire off a lot of questions. One is about a map for the lamb and goat exhibitors. Yes, we will. Lisa's working on a map. Is that correct, of the fairgrounds?
Yes, I will have that posted pretty soon. I think we'll have it completed this week, so we should get it up early next week.
Right. And Robert, You'll have to walk a little piece, but we're not talking about half a mile or anything. Probably as close as you would be if you were in the barn walking to the entertainment center. I got confused on the buildings. Let's see. For tying out the trailers, what will and won't be allowed for far as straw or shavings by the trailers. I'm gonna pass that off to Brent or Lisa.
As long as you're not on the asphalt, we can certainly, you can put some of that out. Probably for one night, you put some limited number of shavings or straw down. As long as you're on grass. If you're on the asphalt, we'd rather you not do that. But if you're over in that far parking lot, the cowboy lot, then that should be fine.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? I mean, this is what we're here for you to ask the questions. We are planning on our show going on as always. A plan in case of rain. Robert, we'll just do the best we can. That's all I can tell you. That is always something. The fair seems to always get rain. I wish it would rain right now because I need it on my place really bad and then stay dry for that week. But we know how that all works.
I think the good thing on rain is that because we don't have the fair going on and we've got the ability to get from where from the stallings all the way into the entertainment center without getting from underneath the roof. So.
Okay. So, Andrea, I'll be looking for some help. I know you said thank you, but I'll be looking for some help, just so you know that. Yes, Aaron, juniors that are laying over for the open show, yes, they will be allowed to stay in the barn. We will assign stalls, as always. We just will not be assigning any tie-outs. Is there... Okay, Andrea, thank you. I almost misread that question, but thank you. Our biggest thing is we want to give these juniors a place to come and still be able to show their animals. We know they've all been working with them. We've all got kids or grandkids that, just looking for places to go. I have noticed in Texas, there's a lot of little shows that are starting to pop up, and that's great. We hope to have the same big type show we're always used to, maybe even a little bigger. There have been some other fairs that have been canceled that are not far from us. And so that might actually add more competition for all of our juniors, which is always good. I guess I do need to back up a little bit. When we go into the entertainment to show, some of our rules too is that there will only be one person allowed to be with a junior, and that's only if they need help. And that's just to keep down the number of people in the makeup area. Everybody else will have to sit up in the stands and practice their social distancing. There will not be any hanging on the rails like we're all used to being right there in the livestock barn. But in the livestock barn, we wouldn't be allowed to have spectators because we're inside and we won't. It would be great if we reach that 3,000 number of people watching, but chances are we won't. But we are going to have to limit the number of people on the ground in the makeup area before the kids go into the show ring. Is that about right, Brent? I mean, that's the way it's got.
That's exactly right. The other thing you're going to have, because you got long and shorts using that same makeup area, there's going to be quite a bit of traffic going through there. And so we do need to limit that to the number of people down there. We've just gone through the 2 national junior shows there at the fairgrounds, and so it's under these directives, and it works well when you limit the extra people back there. We just had 1,000 head on the ground with the Brahmas, and that capacity worked well with them coming in and out of that makeup area. And you can still be in the bleachers, and then on the far end, the office end of the arena floor, there is some room down there for some spectators as well. But that makeup area is a key area for people coming in and out and trying to keep that safe distance.
Right. And there's there's a good chance we'll just have to see where our directives are. We might only be able to let the next classes going inside the building in the makeup area. The rest of them might have to stand out under the equine center. But we'll just see where our mandates are at that time. Anybody got any other questions or comments? Lisa, you or Brent got anything you want to add while we're waiting on questions?
I think one thing I wanted to add was that this year, since we won't be having the fair, we do have our RV parking spaces open. If you want to come in, we'll have that available. Right now, you can call the office to book those. We've already had about 4 reservations today. So you definitely want to get in and let us know you need that. And hopefully by fair time, we'll have them online. But for now, you just call the office and we'll get you set up.
Right. Yeah, you could actually get you on right out there pretty close to the barn if you wanted, couldn't you? If you're quick
Really
enough.
close.
All right. Any other questions? I mean, I guess maybe we did such a good job we got them all answered, or nobody's got any extra questions. We'll give y'all a few more minutes. We set aside an hour for this, but if we don't have many questions, there's no need of all of us hanging around. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you here too. Everybody remembers we still got to have health certificates. We still the same rules pretty much apply. The only place we're being a little bit different is where we're showing and our release rule. So nobody stays to the end. But I will tell you again that no showmanship, no herdsman, and we ask that you don't set up your big sitting areas. But seeing in Shelby, yeah, Shelby, the pig show is going to be in the same barn. That is going to be something we're going to have to work on, far as the seats and the fence areas. Like Brent mentioned earlier, we're really not inviting spectators that are not involved directly with the kids to show up, because I don't know what the rule is outside, Brent, but you've been to the pig show and they're about 5 deep on the fence there.
Well, anything under roof are the same regs right now as far as the directives. Once you come underneath the roof, that's when the directives go into place. The pig show is going to be a little bit unique because we will still be outside, mainly because of the challenge of driving a pig up to the entertainment center. We just felt like that was just going to be too much on everyone, even the livestock themselves, on trying to drive them that far. So we will have the pig pen set up underneath the new and old livestock barns like a typical fair setup will be, and we'll have the show ring out there for them, and then we'll just work with the people attending that and ask them to help us social distance and to enjoy the show, but try and keep a social distance while we're doing that.
Right. Okay. Any other questions you guys got for us? And we did record this, so as soon as it gets through processing and all, we will. I'll send it to Lisa, and she can put it on the Facebook page or fair page or somewhere, so that for those that didn't make it, we'll be able to see it. And if you forgot something, you can look back and see how we answered your question. So we'll give everybody just a few more minutes to ask. Okay, let's see. Shelby said, okay, at Jackpots, we've congregated with same school outside the barn and only go in to fit animal and show, then back out. That's worked well. Okay. Market steers are broken into 2 divisions. Dustin, they're broke by weight, and then we break the classes by weight. There's not a progress or prospect. It's just strictly by weight. Molly wants to know there's not a dairy show. Molly, we lost our funding for the dairy show several years ago and just haven't had enough interest to get it started back up. That's correct, right, Brent?
That is correct.
Okay. If I say something wrong, jump in and correct me now.
I will. I certainly will.
Okay.
And if there are some dairy folks out there that are interested, come visit with us outside of fair time, and we'll sure visit with you and see if we can find some support to do that again.
Yes. And I think this will be the 1 year I'll have plenty of help. Jody, the steers usually show at the end of the day, right after the commercial heifers. So they're the last thing to show on Saturday. Let's see, any chance? Oh, Aaron, I'm glad you brought that up. I did add an ARB class this year. Make sure you notice that. I had that on my list and I overlooked it, but there is now an ARB and an ORB class. So they are split. It does require to ask for the breed because, as you know, if we get 5 of the same breed, we will create a new breed for them. Takes 5 head, Justin. 5 head makes a breed. Same as always. Okay. Where are you coming from, Justin? You talking about a long? I know the name, but I didn't think you were that far away. Let's see. Does the junior beef include commercial heifers? Yes, Molly, we do have a commercial heifer class. They are broken by weight as well. Okay. Any other questions? Keep saying that. I don't like dead time, Brent. You know what I'm talking about? Let's just answer. Okay. All right, Justin. Yeah, you do come from a little ways. El Reno. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? And also know that, as you know, if you think of a question after we get off, or you run into somebody that was unable to make this session, always know you can email us. Mine is really simple. It's just Jimmy, and I spelled Jimmy with a Y, at fourstatesfair.com. You can also send them to Lisa. Hers is Lisa B. Even though her last name has changed, she didn't change her email. Lisa B at fourstatesfair.com. And if you want to keep up on the directives, then send those to Brent, and his is simple, Brent at fourstatesfair.com. And of course, we'll try to keep the website updated. I mean, the folks in the office got nothing to do. There's no fair this year, so hopefully they're all working for me down there in the barn for that week. So
if we have new changes, I'll post those on Facebook as well. So.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions, and if we've got them all answered and everybody's comfortable, yeah, Chastity, thank you. We will go ahead and close. And like I say, if y'all need anything, just let us know. That's what we're here for. Yep, that's what. Post on the website too, please. Yes, we will do that. So I got to answer that one very nice, like, you know what I mean. Thank y'all for joining us. I hope everybody has a good night. We look forward to seeing you all in September. And if you have any questions, be sure and reach out, and we'll be glad to get you the answers as quick as we can. All right. All right. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you.